Evening all. I'm in Facebook jail right now because of a post I made which showed the Pont Neuf Bridge in France, and I mentioned that the water flowing beneath it was horizontal flow, and then in the foreground of the picture was a pretty young lady bending down to pick flowers, and it showed certain parts of her anatomy. Now, I published this a year ago. It was a memory I published, and people seemed to like it. And I got no complaints last year, but one or two have complained this year, and that's the reason I'm in Facebook jail right now. But I can still post my YouTube videos thanks to the assistance of Susan Campbell. Now, in the past, I've covered some of the basics and some of the formative years and progress made in UK koi keeping. Now, as far as an alternative filter media to stone goes, I first saw this piled up at the Isawa Nishikigoi Center in 1983 and became very interested in it. After a little coercion, Toshio Sakai finally explained how he was using it in his own systems, and also mentioned that heavy aeration should be given to all biological stages. Now, I'd never heard that before, and nor had anyone in the UK. He then the next day demonstrated to me how to form a cartridge block from this material. The material was used in Japan to place under the final surfaces of roads and motorways to allow surface water to drain away. When Toshio saw it, he thought it would make a perfect biological media for his filter systems. Well, I went for it hook, line and sinker, and by 1985, early 1985, my container stacked full to the top with this Japanese filter media and piles of high output air pumps which were not available in the UK back then. Not having a name for this media, I christened it Japanese filter mat, and then had to promote both the media and the air pumps to people in the UK who wouldn't have had a clue what I was talking about. That took quite some time to get over to the UK enthusiasts, but eventually it did and became extremely popular. Moving on to another matter then. We koi dealers in 1985 were still being viewed by the BKKS as inferior individuals. The BKKS annual koi show stuck firmly to their rule that entries could not share ponds with other entries. When I queried this, I was told that rules are rules. Now back then the BKKS had no blue show ponds and got by with in their shows with lash-ups instead. After a few weeks of discussion with Bernard Channing, Infiltration and Japanese Water Gardens announced they were staging their first UK dealers show, koi show, in 1985, and that entries could be mixed in variety and size. No longer would the judges have to rely on memory for making important decisions. The BKKS commented that if we were to do this dealers show, then we could not use BKKS judges. So instead we asked various Japanese koi breeders, together with some UK koi dealers, to judge the show for us. And this show proved to be the biggest turnout of any koi show held in the UK. When BKKS members attended the event, they reported back to the BKKS about our genuine Japanese show ponds, and also mentioned that because entries were allowed to be mixed, the decisions made were far more accurate. In the end, the BKKS relented, and by 1986 they rented our show ponds and also allowed entries to be mixed. Thanks for listening tonight. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but needs be in this case. Thank you again.